Welcome back to the channel. All right. You see, sometime back, a couple of my friends and colleagues were asking me, John, how do we handle failure? Whether it is job or personal life, how do we handle failure and how do we bounce back quickly? I just give them 5 secrets to handle failure. See, failure is something that you cannot avoid, right? So, if you master the art of handling failure, then it is like anything. So, take a look at this video where I'm explaining the 5 secrets to handle failure.
There are 5 different secrets that I'm going to share it with you today. So we are here today to discuss about handling failure, not only at work, but also in life, right? These secrets are not only for your work, are not only for your life, it's for both. The secret number one is recognize and accept your emotion. We all know that failure is going to hurt, right? Failure is part of our journey. Do you think it is possible for some of us to skip the failure? Definitely not. And failure is also not a sweet emotion. It's a bitter emotion, right? It's going to hurt you. Just accept it. That's an emotion. Human beings are made up of emotions. Every day you get emotion, right? You get the happy emotion, you get sad emotion, you get disappointed emotion, you get overwhelmed emotions, you get all kind of emotions you get. Cannot avoid. And this one is also an emotion. You have to recognize and accept it. If you're planning to avoid your failure, and that will lead to unhealthy and coping mechanism. Whenever you feel failed, please don't avoid it. Just feel it. Just accept it. Yes, it's a failure. Let me accept. Let me feel it. You know why we ask you to accept, recognize, and feel your failure? Because it is not easy. It's going to be uncomfortable. But the truth is, it will help you to work harder. Correct? It is going to badly help you to work harder. So just recognize your emotion and accept it. Don't just avoid. This is the secret number one that I wish to share you. And the second secret is, this is the secret most of us do, right? We always take the failure as personal. Don't make the failure as personal. Don't treat your failure as personal. Failure doesn't mean who you are and your future. Failure is something just happened to you, correct? It just happened to you. Not only the failure, you have to consider the success also. Don't think that I am a successful person, I am a failed person. Success and failure are happening to you. Okay. Say that this failure has happened to me. This success has happened to me. Detach yourself from these things. Look at failure as a separate thing which had happened to you. The reason being, you may be feeling failed at one, and you might feel failed at other thing. Correct? you're not going to be failed at everything in your life. There are few areas you feel like you're doing good, you're succeeding. There are few areas you feel like you failed. What does that mean? Is that something happening to you? It's not that it doesn't define you. If you're failing at a mathematics subject, then it doesn't define that, hey, I'm a failure fellow. I'm damn failure. I'm good for nothing. I cannot do anything good. These are something that we tell ourselves and take ourselves much more deeper into a negative feeling. Correct? This is one of the major reasons people struggle to come out of the failures. They make it more personal. It's not something to be very personal. You should understand this. Failure and success are something that is happening to you. It doesn't define you. The third one is another important secret is do not worry about anyone else, what others will think. Most of the time, the failure happens to you. You know that you failed at something, and you know that you can make another attempt to get it succeeded. But what pulls you down to not to make a next attempt is what would that person think? What would this person think? Right? After we failed, we sit and feel very bad. Oh my God, I failed, but so what he would have thought about me? What that fellow would have thought about me? What this person would have thought about me? This feeling is pulling you down like anything, isn't it? And this is what we have to avoid. The reason being, do you think we can control what others think? Is there a way that we can go ahead and control what someone else is thinking? Definitely no. Then what is the point in thinking about what others would think? Right? We all make this mistake. I'm thinking what that guy will think, what this guy will. You cannot control what others think. Let them think whatever they want. You know what you have to do. You know where you have to do, where you have to go. You know how many attempts you have to make. You know you are going to make multiple attempts to get it succeeded. And the funny part is, the truth is, others don't even have time to think about you all time. Maybe at once they might have let a word out and gone. They might not be thinking about you all time. Everyone has got their own problems to deal with. Everyone has got their own life to deal with. Do you think people are always thinking about you? This is the other reason why people struggle to come out of the failure. Struggling like anything to come out of the failure. Right? Know this one. Get to know that you cannot control what others think. And people also don't have enough time to think about you. It's your life, it's your journey, it's your career. You will have to keep going. And then the fourth secret is take the right amount of responsibility. This is very important secret that you all should know. Assume like any situation in which you failed, you'll be saying, let's say we failed in a game, we lost a game. You'll say like, that referee is not good. He was so biased. And let's say we in some event we felt, that fellow is like, he was one-sided. He was doing a favorism. We start to blame others. And sometimes we say, I would have done this better because you said this to me this morning before I could go and do this one. That is the reason I failed. You'll say that. You go for an interview morning, someone is asking you, where are you going? You asked me where you are going by the time when I was stepping out of my home, and that is the start blaming people. We find reasons to blame others to console our own self. First of all, we have to look what we could have done best, what we could have done better. Why did we fail? What are the areas that we can improve? This is called taking responsibility. The right amount of responsibility is something that we love to take. Are we taking the right amount of responsibility? And that is where you will be able to handle your failure better. This is the mindset that we should, acquire. Most of the people I've seen, right after they fail, they find reasons to blame others. We do that. Human beings, we do that, right? We all would have done it also. If you can just go back and reflect your failures, most of the time you would have blamed others. As well, don't also be very hard on yourself when you cannot control the external factors. There are some chances that you cannot control the external factors, right? So because of that, something could have happened. Still, that's fine. Know that what is the external factor because of which you fail, which you cannot control. Just because of that, you don't be hard on yourself. You don't need to be very hard on yourself. That, hey, you failed, you could have done this. No, of course, there can be some external factors which you couldn't even control. Anything that's under your control is what you have to worry about. Oh my God, this was under my control. I could have done it better. Right? Let's say we wanted to go and write a Microsoft examination certification. What do you have to do? If you're failing in a Microsoft certification, that means like you haven't made enough preparation, right? Should have gone through all the articles. You could have gone through all the documents that is there in Microsoft section, and you could have taken some mock tests, practice it properly, put a lot of effort, and then go. And that is something that is there within your boundary, within your scope. So taking the right amount of responsibility, something that all of us should do when you are especially facing or feeling the failure, to come out of it, to bounce back fast. How to do this? And the last but not the least, use failure as a way to improve. Why failure happens to us? Life is not always like straight line, right? You go straight. No, even if you are traveling, let's say you wanted to go from Hyderabad to Bangalore, is it just a straight line? Definitely no. Turns are there, you turn left, you turn right, you go up, you go down, right? You get into a traffic, you go through a toll. All happens, right? It's a way to improve. When you're failing, the universe shows you something to learn, right? You failed at it. You have some lessons. You have to see around what I can learn from here. If you don't have that mindset, you cannot see the opportunity. You cannot see the ladder there through which you can climb up and go. Yeah, you will always be thinking, oh my God, I failed. And you keep telling yourself that you failed. And you don't even look forward an opportunity. Or you don't even look forward what you can learn from here. If you don't learn from your failure, then you will never get succeeded. Every time you fail, you have something to learn there. So look at failure as not an event that happened to you. Like, there is something that is there to learn. It's an opportunity. Look at that as an opportunity. That's how life is. Failure is life's way of showing you that you need to improve. You need to improve here. Your mindset and character like that. You have to have that mindset to learn from your failure, to look at the opportunity around even when you are failed. It is going to be very difficult to look forward the opportunity when you are feeling the failure, when you are into failure. It's very hard, but that's what we have to do. Observe, just observe what your failure teaches you. Failure is teaching you something. Every failure is teaching you something, right? You have to observe what life is teaching you there. What is this failure is teaching me here? What I can take it from here. That's the attitude all of us should have to handle your failure effectively. The reason being, you cannot bypass failure. It's not possible. There is no shortcut in your life, right? I'll go just like this. I will never have failure. No, it's going to happen throughout your life. It's a matter of how you look at your failure. It's a matter of how you handle it. Correct? And this is a guru mantra. Success is not a destiny, rather a journey. Right? Is success a destiny? If you're thinking success is the destiny, then that's not true. It's a journey. You have to enjoy the journey, right? You have a goal, you want to achieve. Every day you're making a progress. That's a success. Small step, success. Another small step, success. Enjoy that journey. Don't think that as a destiny. Because if you wanted to learn bicycle today and you learn it, and tomorrow you will feel like I wanted to learn scooter. And you learn it, and tomorrow you will again feel like I wanted to learn car. There is no end for this, right? There is no end. You keep having something. And when will you be happy? Make small steps. Be happy about it. Think success as not as a destiny, but a journey. The reason being, the journey will have ups and downs, right? Obstacles. Know that. Then your life will be so easy. The way you handle your failures will be so cool.
Thank you so much for watching. Please do like, share, subscribe. Thank you.